Hello, my name is Joseph Ayangako. I'm a UFIP football coach. I've been coaching football for the past 7 years. Welcome to my channel. Whenever I tell people I'm a football coach, the first question they ask me is, did you play football professionally? I never played football professionally, and I will bring to you examples of coaches who never played football professionally but became the best coaches that we have seen in the game. The very first one here, which we all know, is Jose Mourinho, the special one. Jose Mourinho never played football professionally. He had a little bit of playing experience in Portugal where he played semi professional football, but never had his books in any club as a professional footballer. After he played for a while at a very lower level, Jose Mourinho went to be a football coach in a school, and then after that, he became a translator for Bobby Robson at Porto. It was during this period that Jose Mourinho started falling in love with the game, started falling in love with coaching. When Bobby Robson left Porto and went to Barcelona, I think in 1993, Jose Mourinho moved along with him, again, not as a professional footballer, as a translator. From Barcelona, we saw Jose Mourinho come back to Portugal, where he took over Benfica. After that, he joined FC Porto and won. He joined FC Porto in the year 2002, where he won three. He won the league twice with Porto, and they went ahead to win the Champions League. It was when Jose Mourinho won the Champions League that he had this international recognition. That was when everybody knew of Jose Mourinho. That's when we probably all knew of the special one. After Porto, after winning that Champions League and having that recognition, Jose Mourinho came to Chelsea and transformed the club. We also what he did at Chelsea, winning the Premier League twice. And then from Chelsea, Jose Mourinho went to Inter Milan and won another. No, he didn't win the Champions League with Chelsea. When he came to Chelsea, he won the Premier League twice. After Chelsea, Jose Mourinho went to Inter Milan, where he won Champions League again with Inter Milan. Remember the first time he won it with FC Porto and then won it again with Inter Milan. After Inter Milan, we saw Jose Mourinho go to other clubs in Europe. He went to Real Madrid. We saw Jose come back to Chelsea at some point. From Chelsea, I think he went to Manchester United. He managed Tottenham, went back to Rome, went back to Italy to manage Roma. After Roma, I will speak Jose Mourinho is a manager of Fenerbahce. This is someone who never kicked a ball as a professional footballer. Of course, he had some playing experience as a semi-professional footballer, but he was never a professional footballer, but ended up being the finest manager we have seen in football. Second in line is another Portuguese, Andre Villaboa. He too didn't play football professionally. At the age of 17, Andre Villaboa was already a coach. He was already qualified as a coach. And during this period, he managed the youth team at Porto. And then from there, he joined Jose Mourinho at Porto as his assistant. He assisted Jose Mourinho at Porto. When Jose Mourinho moved to Chelsea, he had Villaboas with him at Chelsea and at AC Milan. After that, we saw Villarreal coming back to England to manage Chelsea. From Chelsea, he went to Tottenham. When he managed Tottenham, we see him go to Russia to manage Zenit. There was a time he went to China and France to manage Marseille. This is some other person who didn't play football professionally. He was never a professional footballer in any club. Probably had some youth playing experience, but was never a professional footballer, but ended up managing the biggest clubs we all know in Europe. Number three, we have Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers actually played football as a youth player with Reading. Unfortunately, he got injured and could not continue playing football. In fact, his dreams of ever becoming a professional footballer were cut short when he had that injury. We saw him go to manage, coach the youth team at Reading. While he was coaching the youth team at Reading, he was playing semi-professional football. From there, he joined Watford. From Watford, he joined Watford not as a coach, not as a player, sorry, but as a coach. From Watford, he went to from Swansea, he came to Liverpool. I think that was when most people knew of Brendan Rodgers when he managed Liverpool. He went to Celtic when won the league in Scotland a couple came back to England, managed Leicester City, and now he is back in Scotland to manage Celtic. Again, though he has some experience as a youth player, that does not really qualify him as a professional footballer. Another person we'll be looking at here, which is number five, is Afbran Grant. Most people would have forgotten about Afbran Grant, but I will tell you what, Afbran Grant was already coach at the age of 20 in Israel. He was the coach of his home club. He managed them for a couple of years, I think for 18 years, and then he was made manager of the senior team. After that, he left and managed Maccabi Tel Aviv. From there, he managed the Israel national team. He came to Chelsea. I think that was when most people knew about him when he came to manage Chelsea in the Premier League. From Chelsea, we saw him manage Portsmouth. He went to manage Ghana national team, manage Zambia as well. And again, just like the other coaches that I have mentioned, he didn't play football as a professional footballer. There is no professional club that will say Grant played for us as a professional footballer. He never did, but ended up managing these professional clubs in Europe and even managed the Israel national team, though he never played footballer. Next on our list is Mauricio Sarri. Sarri played youth football in Italy but never made as professional footballer. He had a couple of trials with the professional clubs but never made it as a professional player, went into coaching. We saw him manage Lazio. From Lazio, he came to Chelsea. He went on to manage Juventus, and now he is still managing Lazio in the Italian Serie A. He too never played football professionally. And then last but not the least, we have Julian Angrisman, who is currently the German manager. He's a manager that we all admire. So apart from these ones I've listed, there are a list of so many other managers who didn't play football professionally but went to manage at top level. I'm not talking about grassroots or semi-grassroots football. I'm talking about managing at decent level, managing at Premier League level, managing at Italian League, Serie A, so many man. So if you ever want to become a football coach, let no one talk you out, let no one discourage you from becoming a football coach because you didn't play football as a professional footballer, because we've seen examples of people who didn't play football as professional footballers but ended up becoming the best football. However, most some playing experience as youth players or as uh, um, semi-professional players, but they didn't have any professional experience. So, if you want to become a professional footballer, not if you want to become a professional football coach, what you are required to do is to complete your coaching badges, which we'll be talking about, which our very next episode will explain the different coaching badges and we'll look at the requirements, what you need to apply for those badges. So you stay tuned. If you find this video useful, you want to subscribe, go ahead and do it. If you want to share it with your friend, it's up to you. But keep an eye because we'll be bringing in a lot of material which are very interesting to everyone who loves football.